We think we invent things and create things and define ourselves by ourselves. But that's not the whole story. The truth is, we are co-authors with the world around us.
Joining us today to talk about the PBS series America Outdoors with Baratunde Thurston, I'd like to welcome the host himself, Baratunde Thurston, to Sidewalks Entertainment. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, Lori, and everybody in the Yay area. Thanks for having me.
You're a New York Times best-selling author for your book, How to Be Black, creator and host of the award-winning podcast, How to Citizen with Baratunde, and you're the host of the PBS series, America Outdoors with Baratunde Thurston. Now, these are only a few of the projects that you've done over the years. Let's talk a little bit about before the books, the podcasts, the TV shows, back to your days at Harvard. Now, back then as a college student, what were your original plans for after you graduated? And then what did you actually end up doing right out of college?
Wow. My original plans were to graduate. And that was a big deal because you couldn't graduate if you didn't pay all your bills. So that also meant to pay all my bills, including my phone bill, which I successfully managed to graduate even without paying that phone bill. Don't tell the university. I thought I was gonna end up working in a tech company, or maybe going to grad school. And I ended up doing something loosely related. I was gonna move to the Bay Area actually, but I didn't have enough money. I didn't have a driver's license or a car. So I stayed local to the Boston area and I started working in this corporate consulting world, advising people with technology and telecommunications companies, and ended up learning a lot about business, learning a ton about Microsoft Excel. Ooh, the things I learned to make Excel do, it still blows my mind. And I also learned that I'm not meant to be a strategy consultant. I had some talent in the area, but by night, I was doing stand-up comedy. In my lunch breaks, I was secretly blogging and journaling and writing posts for publications. So my secret life of lunch and night became much more of the life I would ultimately live. And all that grinding, paid off, and I ended up working for The Onion, moving to New York City. And that really opened the next chapter of my world. Though I have a lot of gratitude for the strategy consulting world. They really taught me that with Excel and PowerPoint, you could sell anything.
Oh, wow. So would you say that The Onion was pretty much what started it all? What started your career?
I mean, look, my mama started everything, okay? Like we got to give credit where credit's due.
Oh,
But yeah,
beautiful.
the Onion was a place where I got to combine my interest in technology and politics and comedy and my need for health insurance, like all in one place. And that was the first time that had happened. So I'm forever grateful for my 5 years there. It was definitely the best jobby job that I ever had was working for America's finest news source at The Onion.
Wonderful, wonderful. So tell us a little bit about your show, America Outdoors with Baratunde Thurston.
Yeah, so this show is, not obviously, but kind of a continuation of a journey I've been on for a long time of just trying to connect with people, more importantly, trying to understand how we can be Americans better together. That my How to Citizen podcast is also in that same project. So this show explores that question from the perspective of the outdoors. And we spend time with a diverse set of Americans, coast to coast and many places in between, who have a deep connection to the outdoors because they play there, they work there, or they just enjoy being there. And we're talking groups of Black surfers off the coast of California. We're talking indigenous nations doing their rice harvest in northern Minnesota. We're talking the woman who set the through record for the speediest hike of the full 2,000-mile Appalachian Trail. Or we're talking a paralyzed man who also is a whitewater rafter, because we can adapt our access to the outdoors to make sure that everyone, regardless of ability, can enjoy the benefits of it.
So in the series, you don't only host the show and speak to the locals, but you also enjoyed some of the local activities. And it looks like a lot of fun. which place was most memorable for you out of all the places that you visited while filming the show? And which place would you visit again outside of work and off camera?
Why are you going to try to make me pick favorites? This is so unfair. Most memorable is, pardon me, most memorable is the Great Dismal Swamp. This is borders North Carolina and Southern Virginia. It used to be a vast region, existed since before the founding of the nation. George Washington, in fact, was part of a group of businessmen who wanted to drain the swamp. I learned this on this filming expedition. And he wanted to drain it so he could turn it into cotton fields or something that slaves would help monetize on his behalf. What I found out is that people fled to the swamp because the powers that be couldn't fully tame it. So it became a place of relative freedom. And you had these maroon colonies of people escaping slavery, setting up camp and living there. Over the course of 100 years, 50,000 people making this an essential stop on the Underground Railroad. And I went into this show knowing I was going to connect with people who were really excited about the outdoors. I didn't know that I was going to find this connection to my own history and to the history of this nation and to the stories of both bondage and liberation that are tied up in the outdoors. So I think it's a really beautiful thing that I got to take part in. And I hope enough of that comes through on screen and through the immersive audio experience that we captured making this show, that it inspires other people to find their own connection so that we preserve this planet, because it really is our best hope.
That's amazing. Well, great work. Sadly, we are out of time, but thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me today.
Yeah. Thank you. And everybody should tune in, pbs.org/America Outdoors, even if you don't watch television. I'm sure you have a screen in your life. So point that screen over to pbs.org/America Outdoors and stream it for free on your non-TV, you enlightened, futuristic Bay Area person, you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I had such a great time speaking with you today, Baratunde.
Thank you very much.
You take care. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Lori and Baratunde. You can check out his series on PBS stations across the country and streaming on pbs.org. For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit us at sidewalkstv.com, our YouTube channel, and don't forget to follow us on social media.